Welcome to Screen Rant, everybody. It's Friday, and that means a new episode of The Mandalorian is dropped, and that means we're here again to talk about everything we caught in Chapter 6, or The Prisoner, which finds Daddy Mando joining up with a shady group of mercenaries on a dangerous job. There's a few cool surprises in this one, and this video will be pretty much nothing but spoilers, so if somehow you're watching a video about Easter eggs without actually having seen the episode, this is your last chance to run away. I'm Greg Elliott, and here is every Star Wars reference and Easter egg in the 6th episode of The Mandalorian. Okay, everybody knows stormtroopers can't aim, and early in the episode when we find out Mayfeld used to be an Imperial Sharpshooter, he's quick to mention that he's not a stormtrooper. You know, there was one who actually got a shot off against the Mandalorian in Episode 3, but yeah, it's generally known that they kinda suck at that. Chapter 6 also mentions two planets from the existing Star Wars universe. Mayfeld calls the Razor Crest a Canto Bight slot machine, which is the casino on the planet Cantonica that Finn and Rose travel to in The Last Jedi. And Xi'an mentions a previous job on Alzok 3, an Outer Rim planet which was first mentioned in the solo tie-in canon novel Last Shot. The episode is full of Star Wars aliens and droids, and here's all the ones that we caught. Berg is a Deveronian, which we first saw in the Cantina in A New Hope, and one of the prisoners on the prison ship is an Ardenian, the same species as Rio Durant from Solo. And we could use some help here. Does anybody know who or what this guy is? The pilot Zero is an RA-7 protocol droid, which we first saw in A New Hope. There's some R1 astromech security droids, and we finally got the show's first look at an MSE series, or mouse droid. What a cute little toaster. There's a couple little jokes in the show that reference earlier stuff as well. Berg says that he thought the Mandalorian would be bigger, kind of like Leia thinks Luke is too short to be a stormtrooper in A New Hope. And Gungans, they're still the punchline of the Star Wars universe.
Maybe he's a Gungan. Is that why you so don't want to show your face?
As far as set design goes, the control room on the prison ship is lifted straight out of the original trilogy, and the Razor Crest ship's hatch opens just like the Millennium Falcons that Lando goes through in Empire to give Luke a hand. And speaking of that control room, the New Republic guard in there, well, that's Matt Lanter, who just so happens to voice Anakin Skywalker in the Clone Wars show. And this was pretty cool. When the Mandalorian is facing off against Berg in that control room near the end of the episode, he pulls a move very similar to Luke's against the Rancor in Return of the Jedi, but it doesn't quite work the same way this time around. When Rand double crosses, or maybe triple crosses the Mandalorian at the end, he's about to take him out with what looks to be a heavily gunned Rogue-class starfighter or Magna Guard fighter, which made its first appearance in Revenge of the Sith and has also been seen a handful of times in the Clone Wars. And after Mando takes off and gives Rand and Quinn just what they deserved, we got our first look at Xwings in the show too.
Those Xwings.
Yep, and those three pilots, Trapper Wolf, Sash Ketter, and Jib Dodger, those are Dave Filoni, who directed Episode 1 and wrote and directed Episode 5, Rick Famuyiwa, who directed this episode and Episode 2, and Deborah Chow, who directed number 3 and the upcoming 7th chapter. Oh, and one fun thing about Quinn, he's played by Ismael Cruz Cordova, who also once played a character on Sesame Street by the name of, wait for it, Mando. And as usual, The Mandalorian has its Western references, and that standoff in the control room is kind of reminiscent of the final standoff from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And I think that's it for this one, guys. We hope you enjoyed this breakdown, and hey, if we missed something, don't be shy and let us know in the comments. I'm Greg Elliott, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Peace.